down for you. Let me break it down for you. Let me break it down for you. Let me break it down. 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 Let me break it down for you.
And isn't it amazing? Took a little patience. Look at all the faces I shot. Running on the pavement, working like the gray shift, trying to make my way in this bitch. What I'm gonna do when the youth is gone? What I'm gonna leave for my son? Every single day I'm running on the pavement till it's done. Oh, how they love me when the game is strong. Oh, how they love me when the money's way long. Oh, now they wonder if the hype is real. Oh, now you want me when I'm off the radar. And isn't it amazing? Took a little patience. Look at all the faces I shot. Running on the pavement.
And I'm back once again. It's the uncle, as usual, as stated, and as promised. I'm here to bring you another dope album review. And of course, this week, something really great came out. None other than my man, Talib Kweli, and my other boy from North Carolina, Ninth Wonder. They collaborated together to bring this album, Indy 500. But before I get into that, y'all know how I do. I definitely got to tell y'all about my past week, my pickups, and actually something real good. My man Boogie Mandela, he's coming out with a new album on November the 15th, so be on the lookout for that. It's called Dirty Harmony, and I was invited out to the listening session. Never heard before. All good new tracks, original tracks. I'm telling you, y'all, on November the 15th, make sure y'all go ahead and download that Dirty Harmony by my man Boogie Mandela. Very dope. Another person that's been making, the internet buzz and the music world buzz. My man Del P. He actually came out with a short documentary, which is very interesting. You do not want to miss that. It's called To the Moon and Beyond, and it's 16 minutes. It just helps you to go into the mind and see why he does the type of music that he does and is not following the same waves. Very interesting. My man Ace Hood from Miami, he's back with Starvation 4. If you don't know about his Starvation series, very good mixtapes that drop every once in a while, so very dope. Lloyd Banks came out a couple weeks ago. Little Halloween themes that some of these dudes be doing with Halloween Havoc 2. You might want to grab that. That's very entertaining also. And my man Paz from out of Philly, ADHD Effect, is available on SoundCloud. You definitely don't want to miss out on that. And my man from Buffalo, New York, my man Son of Tony. I mean, I was able to get a little sneak peek into this album that is soon to drop, and it's called The Son and His Father Tape, and it's very dope. So be on the lookout for that. That should be coming very soon. My man Assad, he made my top 10 list last year. My top 10 albums of the year. He's back with the Young 27 EP. So you definitely want to check that out. And it's somebody that I've been listening to, and I thank Dr. Dre for putting me on. This guy Anderson .Paak. I actually went and I was able to find a lot of his music. He has some unreleased tracks on Dat Piff. He just released a new single also. This guy is very different than anybody you guys have ever been listening to as far as hip-hop, as far as R&B, as far as soul. He has a style of his own. And I'm telling you, you do not want to miss out on this boy, Anderson .Paak. Please look this dude up. And I'll be back right after these messages.
Money on the menu? Do you got money on the menu? Don't tell me what you can't, tell me what you can do. I'm hungry, so do you got money on the menu? Money on the menu. Money on the menu? I'm hungry, so do you got money on the menu? Give me the green light, cause I be on go. Sexy little brown thing, legs be on bow. Oscar de la Rente in the front row. All black everything, something like a crow. You can tell me anything as long as it ain't no. So gimme, 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 gimme all of that dough. All of that diesel, all of that mo. All of them kisses, right down below.
So I really have to admit something. I heard about Money Making Mitch. I heard about Puff Daddy coming out with a new album, and I could tell you, I was not looking forward to Puff Daddy putting out any new music. But when I hear that Puff Daddy is putting out an album and he was influenced because Dr. Dre was making his new album, and I guess he must have heard what Dr. Dre was doing, and these guys that are supposed to be pioneers in the hip-hop community definitely need to step their game up and go back to the origin of what they used to do and how they used to be. And I could tell you, in my opinion, I think Puff Daddy was having a hard time doing that. But when I tell you, this MMM album or mixtape, whatever you want to call it, it was given out for free. Thank you. I really, really enjoyed this album, and I was so surprised. He brought back the family. Puff Daddy and the family. I mean, he got the Locks on there. He got Little Kim on there. He got Wiz Khalifa on there. Of course, he got, French Montana also, which is part of the new family. But I can tell you, this album definitely should not be slept on. My man from Philly did a lot of work on this, Young Chris. From what I've heard and what I've read, speculations that he's done a lot of writing on here, and you can definitely hear the difference in the old Diddy or Puff Daddy or whatever you want to call him up until now. So I'm gonna hop right in. I'm gonna do a quick little review on this album. Now, it has a nice intro. Where it's explaining to us who Money Making Mitch is. We all probably, if you're from the hood, you've seen the Paid in Full movie. So it just basically, he's telling you how Money Making Mitch is inside of every hustler and how you could use the same type of drive that Money Making Mitch had and inculcate it into your hustle, whatever your legal hustle is. Which, quite honestly, is very, very positive for dudes that's out there, still hustling the harmful way, if I may say so, or whatever way you gotta get it. But I could tell you, I really, really enjoyed the way that he begins this album, because he is older, came out on his 46th birthday, and I guess he's trying to show you that he is a mature man. And then it goes into Harlem, featuring what's my man named Jizzle, and I can just hear from his flow. Whoever's writing for Puff in all of these songs, you could tell that he actually made this his own. He actually practiced it. Or he went over it a lot of times where it doesn't sound like he's reading off the paper. A lot of times back in the day, you could tell that it wasn't Puff. You know what I mean? So he definitely makes it his own. Help Me, featuring 7th Streeter. I really, really like this song because it kind of goes through Puff's history. Once again, the flow is good. He's talking about dudes hating and basically how he got to the point that he is now. So I really, really enjoy that, and the production on that I really, really like. And then you go into a track called Every Day, featuring Jadakiss, Styles P, and Pusha T. Okay, so with them on the track, you already know that something crazy is about to happen. That the bars are just going to be everywhere. A bar here, a bar there, a bar over there. What bars? It's just going to be so many bars, candy bars, jail bars, whatever kind of bar you could think of. But I can tell you, this song is so dope when Push comes at the end and just goes bananas. Alright, so I'm gonna leave y'all on that. Auction featuring Lil Kim, Styles P, and King Los, who released an album earlier this year. I could tell you, once again, I was just happy just to hear the family back. You know what I mean? They kind of go back to back with the flow, and I really, really enjoy the creativity around this song, because basically, in the chorus, you know, it's kind of letting you know that they got it and they can give it to the highest bidder. You know what I mean? So I really, really thought that was dope. Styles P, bars for days, and King Los. I mean, to me, his album was, it was okay, but I could tell you, he brings it on this particular track. You got MMM. Once again, everybody who follows me, they know that I really despise what Future is doing in the music industry right now, and how everybody wants to kind of sound like Future. But I could tell you, I can tolerate this song. It amazes me that I can, but it's listenable. The chorus, I really, really like the beat. The beat is kind of different. It has these like deep hymns in the back, and it kind of just they just like glide through the beat some kind of way that makes you listen. It's very creative. Working, I really, really enjoy that, featuring Big Sean and Travis Scott. How Puffy finishes all of the verses with the working. You know what I mean? And I really, really thought that was dope. You know, and then kind of toward the end, it does kind of, he do have some songs that kind of veer off. You Could Be My Lover, you probably know. Skippies, I can't do that, but you know, you got Money Ain't a Problem, which I really, really enjoy, featuring French Montana. Took that sample from the Lost Boys, which is, you know, that used to get us hyped when you heard that come on in the party. And it kind of keeps your head nodding, you know what I mean? French Montana on a chorus. So I could tell you, this album is actually listenable, and I enjoyed it. I'll be right back. Once again, check this out.
Souls only got left. Battle angels, balls all angles. Next level, I take it to the devil, leaving mangled. Gay you rappers, just enough rope to hang you. You don't got a buzz, go in the club as they playing you. They playing you, telling you hot. I'ma keep it a bean, I'm telling you not. Get a job in the corner. Be a cop, matter of fact, go find your kids. Be a pop, box money. Airlines, I'm the pilot. We the best, throw this word to the nigga Colin. Louis on my shirt, hat, scarf and wild. But I tell him I can't call it. Hey, cause I made that shot that yeah, I see you on the hey, but I'm coming with a I thought people was coming, wait.
Okay, so I get the text. Alright, I look down. Yeah, I think you need this new Talib Kweli and Ninth Wonder album, Indy 500. Oh, you daggone right I need that. Swing that on. Listen, this album, it's been a lot of good work, okay? A lot of good work this year in 2015, and I'm juggling, and we almost at the end of the year. But anytime you have production from Ninth Wonder, bananas, alright? I could tell you, Talib Kweli, I enjoy Talib. I enjoy Black Star. My only issue with Talib in years past is after a while I get kind of tired of his voice. Nothing wrong with his bars or anything like that. He's always been a spitter. He's always had something to say. Very, very good for hip hop. The way this album begins, which side are you on? Which side are you on? I mean, this is like you already know that they're talking to you, okay? It's asking basically, what side do you choose? Are you going to choose good? You're going to choose bad? Are you standing up for your people? Are you speaking up for freedom? Are you going to be a leader? Are you going to be positive? Or are you going to be negative? I like that. I like that very, very much. Every ghetto. Once again, I mean, the beat, basically, we from the hood, you know what I mean? It runs down what's going on where we from. And if you ain't from the hood, you probably need to listen to this so you can find out what goes on. It speaks about unfair wages, liquor stores, trying to relate, you know what I mean, to the ghetto when you ain't from there. And who does not like a track featuring Rhapsody? I mean, come on. It really, you definitely, your ears are listening right there. You know what I mean? She speaks about, fatherless children, being frustrated because you're poor. So you definitely want to listen to that song. Pay your dues. I mean, like I said earlier, I gave Problem, a problem earlier when he released his I forget the name of the album because I didn't really like it, but I mentioned earlier that I do love Problem, and I like the way that he spits, and he's on this Pay Your Dues track, and his flow is crazy, even with Bad Luck. The marriage is so good in this particular song. The way that they come in and out, you hear like a little loop, in the back of like a woo, you know what I mean? So that's very, very dope. Lo-Fi is another good track. And when you look down the track list and you see Pharoah Monch on the track, Prego, it's in there. I mean, another dope beat by Ninth. Track is real groovy, you know what I mean? Your head start nodding. The only problem I have with this track is my man Slug bringing up the rear. I think Slug should have been first, because he's just not as good as a rapper as Lib or especially Pharoah. Pharoah needs to end everybody's song. We all know that. Life Ahead of Me featuring Rhapsody. I thought that was just okay. Great Day in the Morning featuring my man Ad 2. He released an album a few months ago too. Another dope beat. And Don't Be Afraid featuring Rhapsody. I mean, once again, we can see my man. I'm not saying Talib traded in Jean Grey for Rhapsody, but Rhapsody definitely holds a spot, and I'm a little disappointed that my girl Jeannie Jean is not on this album, but whatever. But yeah, Rhapsody kind of talks about, little fears she had, and once again, we got my man Problem on here, and he's still coming exactly how I appreciate him. It's a beautiful marriage, that Talib has found, Problem from the West Coast, Rhapsody from down south, and it's just a good marriage. He was able to do King-ish featuring Nico Is I will say that maybe I'm late, but I've never heard of this guy before. But this is an incredible song. He brings bars. I gotta say, he in the chorus he says something like, make something incredible to make up for the talentless. That's what talent is. I mean, that line right there is very dope. If you don't understand it, because a lot of people can do that, and we like people that sometimes aren't as good as we think they are, just because they're able to do that. So I really thought that was dope. And that song King-ish, it just basically goes through things that make you a king. You know what I mean? Bangers. It gotta be probably my favorite song on the album, and it features this dude MK. Asante, which is, after doing my research, I was very pleased. He's from Philadelphia. I don't know if he was born here. I did, but he's definitely spent a lot of time here, and he talks about Philly on the song, and I just love it. That's all I can say. And it has Halo on there. The beat is banging. It's a very enlightening song. I can tell you that. MK Asante. He says a line on there like he's so used to pain that he thinks he's better hurt, or he plays better hurt. So that was really, really dope. And my man Halo, all I could do is just say, check this song out, y'all. Technicolor Easels is, once again, creative. I mean, that features Nico IS, or Nico Is again. And it's basically like painting your life, through art, or through your eyes. It doesn't look normal when he paints it, because his life wasn't easy. I think on the chorus he talks about being selfish. So really, really dope album. This is definitely something that you need to have in your collection. Very good for hip hop. Very good for 2015 hip hop. Making its way on a spot in the top 10. We're getting a little closer, y'all. We definitely are getting a little closer. And I'm going to rate this, and I'm going to let y'all go, because y'all tired of listening to me talk, and you probably cut the John off 5 minutes ago. But that's okay for those who have stayed. This album, Indy 500, by my man Talib Kweli and Ninth Wonder, I rate 1 to 5 for those who are confused. If you want to times that times 2, if you want to say 1 to 10, do your division, multiplication, however you want to do it. But I definitely have to rate this album a 4. Yeah.